Man, welcome to Hood History with your main man, Dirty Folks. Yo, we got another one here. Today is about John Hanson and the first president of the Continental Congress. We're about to get into this one. But first, a word from our sponsor, No Shore Organic. Dirty Folks. Dirty Folks. Dirty Folks. No Shore. No Shore. All right. Now, here's the thing, right? In order to understand the John Hanson story, you got to understand the Michael Jordan debacle, right? So, this is Michael Jordan, NBA superstar, best shoe salesman in the world. And this is also Michael Jeffrey Jordan, businessman, prison investor. Now, once upon a time, for years actually, they said Michael Jordan, the basketball player, was also Michael Jordan, the prison complex investor. Now, the whole thing about that to me is, I figured even if it was Michael Jordan, the basketball player, investing in prisons is a good deal, right? That's a smart investment. If you really want to help black people, that's where all the single mother sons gonna end up anyway. Invest in the prison and take over Bob Barker's spot. So instead of the Bob Barker shoes, they can have Jordan slides. That would have been dope, right? Ironically, nobody stopped watching The Price is Right because Bob Barker owned all the jail apparel. But people mad at Michael Jordan, even if he was the shoe salesman that also had jail. But never mind, because that's a power move. Colors don't care about power; they care about representation and feelings and shit. Anyway, so John Hanson is the same way. So this is John Hanson, a senator that was born a slave from Baltimore, Maryland. And this is John Hanson, a congressman from Baltimore, Maryland, who became the first Continental Congress president. As a matter of fact, there's a quick clip on this just to clarify it. Let's check this out real quick.
Marylander John Hanson was elected as the first president to serve the official one-year term, took office on November 5th. Hanson disliked the job, so much so that he considered resigning after only a week, citing the irksome qualities of the position, but was convinced to remain because only 7 states were then represented, which would have made selecting a replacement difficult.
All right, so white boy John Hanson was the first Continental Congress president with a term. That's why he was the president. Everybody else was the president, didn't have a term. John Hancock and them. John Hanson was the first one that had a 1-year term. Okay, cool. That's how he became the quote-unquote first president, because he was the first president of the Continental Congress with a term. Now, the black John Hanson, who we all came to see today, right? We all came for the black John Hanson. He was born a slave in Maryland. Bought his emancipation. That means he didn't have a girlfriend, guys. How did he buy his freedom papers? Because slaves got paid. I keep telling y'all that, man.
Slaves got paid.
That's where you get slave wages from. Slaves got paid. So slavery was really what do you call it? When you're born into it. I can't think of the name of it. But anyway, it's really indentured servitude. If your dad didn't pay your bill, then it passes down to you. Most of the people that were slaves is because they spent all their slave wages on Keisha, and Keisha keep you in slavery. Because matriarchy is slavery. But I digress. Back to Hanson. So, Hanson didn't have a girlfriend apparently because he bought his freedom, right? And at 36 years old, and I'm assuming it was like 1845, 1847. He took all his money and he moved to Liberia. There we go again with Liberia, y'all. And in Liberia, he became a businessman, a merchant. Then he got elected to the Senate, and then he did some other stuff. He was there maybe 10 years, 15 years, then he died. Liberia became a nation state in the 1840s. He died in 1860, so he had maybe a 15-year run on the African coast. Let's watch this little clip on Liberia real quick. I might have to distort it because I don't want the copyright. But let's check this out.
So in Liberia in general, how do people feel about the U.S.? Like if I walk around with an American flag on my shirt, what will people think?
People would take you to be like extraordinary person, like you're the best.
What do you think about America?
Me, I think to go there. I won't go there. Trust me.
In Liberia, whenever they hear about the United States, they think that it's paradise, it's second heaven.
Liberia is the oldest independent state in West Africa, dating back to 1847.
All right, so Liberia looks a lot like a lot of other underdeveloped nations that people go to that they think is cool. You know, the DR, Dominican Republic, Puerto Rico, a lot of places, Jamaica. It looks like a lot of flyover cities right here in America, honestly. A little congested though. A lot of congested, like houses on top of each other. But if you ever looked at the hood from an airplane, it kind of looked congested too, like houses on top of each other. Just better roofs. And the irony is not missed that all the black people left America to go to Africa just for all the Africans to wish they can come back to America. I need y'all to think about that, bro. All the Africans want to get, all the Liberians, let me be specific, all the Liberians want to make it to America, and all the Americans is looking for a place to expatriate to. Sit y'all ass still and tribe up, man. Now, I don't have the heat for John. I want to call this man John Henry. That's on me. That's on me. Then I was about to call him John Hancock. What's wrong with me this morning? I don't have the heat for John Hanson that I did for Fat Boy Marcus because I understand the times. The Civil War didn't start until 1863. He had already been deceased by then. John Hanson he died in 1860. He had no idea that America would fight for freedom and emancipation of the slaves. As a matter of fact, slavery was going on his entire life. Leaving the South and wanting to find a place where you can build from scratch and have freedom and liberty and a sense of justice, especially for him because he was a senator. He had a couple of dollars. He wasn't going through common man problems when he got to Liberia. I don't have any smoke for him trying to leave the slavery south of America and the racist north of America to go to a place where everybody looks like him. None at all. But I did look into what Liberia became because it was important to me to understand what happens when black people get to control their own fate, right? You see it all the time. You see in South Africa, they asking the Dutch to come back and lead. You saw what happened with Ayatollah Khomeini, how they were having tribal wars while Ayatollah was flying back and forth borrowing money to go shopping from the Queen of England. I don't want to sound like a reverse racist, but black people really haven't been leading well, historically speaking. in a very long time, like centuries. According to statistics, Liberia has a crime rate of 87%. I thought that was wild. 87%? That's crazy. Um, they're going through civil wars. They have unemployment. All type of little silliness going on. Um, and in addition to that, Liberia, even though they have their own quote unquote printed money, Liberia does not own their own bank. All of their banks are owned by France or the United States. So they can't even control the money that it would take for them to set up their infrastructure.
What you need to think about. Another thing is, if you don't know, Liberia uses dual currency, which means we use the Liberian dollars and we use the US dollars. The bad part about that is the rate is always fluctuating. It's always going up and down. 1 minute the rate is 175, the next minute is 180, the next minute it dropped down to 150, the next minute is, you understand? So the prices of things are always going up and down. That's something you need to keep in mind too, because we don't always use US dollars. Sometimes we use Liberian dollars, and we use both currency in the same country at the same time. Not at the same time. If you want to buy small stuff, you buy it in Liberian dollars. You want to buy big things like car and a house, you buy it in US dollars. But the rate is not stable. It's always up and down.
And with all that being said, the average Liberian, all they want is for people to come through and listen to their demo tape, nigga. I am not bullshitting. All Liberians really want is motherfuckers to come through and listen to them rap and look at them play soccer and hope they can get out the hood through entertainment. I mean, they really are black, bro. I ain't making this up. Check it out.
That's great. That's great. So what else? What do you think we can improve on as a country, or what are your dislikes?
My dislike about the country is that the country don't promote, number one.
Yeah.
When it comes to talent,
Okay.
we have talent in this country. We have game.
When you say talent, what do you mean? You mean like
really?
music?
Just
poetry. Dancing.
I mean, just everything about talent, about game, about gift, bro.
Yeah.
The country don't promote us.
We got a lot of talented people. Let's forget about poverty. Let's go to art and culture. Let's go to talents. See, a lot of young people, talented people are all around, but the country don't promote. They only say.
So the next thing I would like to talk about is food. Liberians make the best food ever. Ask any foreigner that visited Liberia, they will tell you, yo, the country is like this, is like that, but the food, oh my God, the food is so nice.
Some of the things I really love of my country is their way of living, like the culture, the food.
Yeah, the food nice, eh?
Yeah, the food nice, the way of living.
What we like about the country, like, bro, sweet. I mean, when a woman know how to cook, I mean, Tobagi can be nice. What else? Looking for what I really like and what I like. I love the women. I love the food.
Yeah.
I love my people. My boy,
Anyway, John Hanson, the white guy, American. John Hanson, the black guy, Liberian, African. He was born in America, but he made all of his achievements in Africa. He was American friendly, but he made all his achievements in Africa. Anyway, so hopefully y'all learned something from the Michael Jordan of politics, John Hanson. And as always, man, drop a suggestion on the community post, man, for anybody else y'all want me to do. Love your brothers as you love yourself. Feed the pack. Tribe up.
Yeah, but what I really love in my country is that, just the freedom in the country, being free.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you walk anytime, any day, anywhere, free. No one can harm you. I love that.
And you're free to do anything you want to do.
Anything you want to. But in different country, sometimes it's not like that. Yeah, people die on a regular basis. And also, what I love of my country is that some natural resources that we have. Yeah. Although it's not being manifest in our own life, but also I love my country because natural disasters don't just happen in our country like that, like earthquakes, like tsunamis, like different natural disasters like can take place in Asia. It don't happen in my country. So for that reason, I feel cool with that.
The way of living, like we got the 15 tribes, everybody got their own way of doing things, the unity and the peace all the time. So a lot of good things, like we talk about the terrorism, we got a lot of good things, people can come from out of the country, right?
The tourism?
The tourism and see a lot of good things.
Okay.
Got a little pop of water, got literacy right now, we got some level of road connectivities. A lot of good things is in the country. The education is somehow progressing on a little average every day. For the matter of fact, my country every day is getting a little bit better. There's a lot of things I really love my country.
Okay.
I love the women. I love the food.
Yeah.
I love my people.